Hey, welcome back into today's video. We have ourselves another terrible TikTok mom / locale. That's right, Usagi Darling, aka Isabella Byrd. When Bella's not cosplaying your children's favorite characters and dancing in suggestive and spicy ways, she's allegedly befriending your children in Discord servers and having conversations with them of the inappropriate nature. Talking about her intimate life with her husband. It's alleged she's telling children to off themselves on the regular, and she's constantly having arguments with these kids, like no adult should. And her parenting skills are very, well, let's just say she's very nasty. In today's episode of Exploring Locales. Oh, it's so hot. Before we get started in this video, I was hoping you'd do me a favor. Currently on Instagram, we're at 15,862 followers, where I post various pictures and trips of the nature type of sort that you might find cool. I'm trying to get to 20,000 followers on the Instagram because I plan to start uploading a lot more and making it a more consistent part of the channel. And it's also where you can go and suggest me topics. You can reach out to me in DMs because currently my DMs are open. Don't everybody all rush over there at once or nothing. I have a Q&A on there from 2018. And when we do get to 20,000, I'm going to do a more updated Q&A and let you guys ask me questions. It should be fun. The link will be in the pinned comment. Also, if you would like to, I'm just saying, if you're already here, might as well subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Will you be the 15,863rd follower? That being said, if you're unfamiliar with Usagi Darling or Usagi Darling.
Usagi.
What does that mean? In Japanese, Usagi directly translates to rabbit. It can also refer to hare. Oh my God. You know, I just realized we covered another TikTok mom who also had something to do with rabbit in the name. It was Cinnabunny. In this video here, the horrific story behind TikTok's most degenerate mother. Recently, my friend Tamimi did a video on them, and it's very good. You guys should go check it out, but I digress. Currently, Usagi goes by Resident Player 222, or Dress Up Darling. Identifies as a 25-year-old cosplay mom. Her pinned comments are her responding to multiple controversies, to which we will go over. Mostly she posts different pieces of content where she's cosplaying anime characters that are often very, very young characters.
Hello, can you go? Hello, can you go?
The first video on this channel is posted on April 2nd. It's a copyright song where she's talking about grabbing boobs and touching butts. Keeping in mind she has a minor audience. But this is not her first channel, as multiple of her channels have been deleted, banned, removed for obvious reasons. And you won't believe this, but right at the recording of this, she made her account private. Which makes sense because I posted a heads up on my Instagram saying next video coming soon. And that was followed by this. Funny thing is that Cinnabunny person that I covered, they did the same thing. They privated and deleted accounts and started removing things as if not to get caught. But it just like the Cinnabunny story, I've already got everything that I need before she did this. For this video, we'll be referring to Isabella as simply Bella. Here's some of the other banned accounts here. You can see the biggest one that she ever had was 61.2 thousand followers. It looks to me like the main part of her content is going live and arguing with children, as you'll see. But before we get into that, I found an old Twitter with some things. This Twitter is Blossom Vixen, a sugary bonbon. There she is there in a new profile picture. But the thing that stuck out to me was this. Multiple very risque pictures of the furry content of her calling herself the furry queen. Now granted, this is in 2016, but she has not grown up, in fact. She was also very politically motivated, it seems. She's also self-admittedly into wounds, violence, and other people's injuries. She quotes saying, "Oh, you're autistic. Your hyperfixation must be sharks." To which she says, "Nope, it's that." So at her base level, she's a furry, gore-loving queen. Just saying, So I've also found that she has a strange relationship with individuals under the age of 18, as you'll see. One user says, "Tell me something. Have y'all ever seen a 24-year-old mother surround herself with children as friends?" This looks like a conversation from Discord where somebody says, "So she was talking about inappropriate things with her boyfriend to you. A 13-year-old? Can you confirm?" They say on voice chat with people of all ages. In the Discord, she was called Prism Moon Power. She said, "Oh no, I said FAGGOT. How dare I?" To which this person says he's talking about how bad it is you're friends with minors. And here she is, looks like she's arguing with minors, unhinged brat. If I was their mom, I'd make them eat their effing teeth. Bro's even lucky they are a minor. I can't beat a kid. And then there's multiple instances where the children identify their ages. I'm 5'11" and 13-year-old girl. I'm 13. I'm 14 this year. It's too much. I'm only 13. I can't handle all this crap. I'm 13. I'm 14. Bella knows that. Please don't spread my age. Here she is again specifying for real. I don't care how old someone is. I'll talk crap back. 13 and up, I'll run my mouth right back. That's very weird. Here she is again not making herself look too good. Texted the minor Atlas was friends with. I'm honestly so annoyed that people stay heavy I talk to minors. And then this person saying, I'm a minor, uh-oh. Even stranger, I don't know if you noticed. These were her mod besties. And then there was this alleged situation. It's alleged an anonymous person chose to come forward to us about their experience with Bella, Usagi, when they were underage. She was 22. She says, I was going to. I didn't want to stop being friends. They say, dude, TBH, it was really weird that right after I told you about what my groomer did to me, like told me all his, you did the exact same. How am I supposed to interpret that? She says, I did what? What did I do? You literally told me your right after I told you that my groomer did that. Like the DG thing and the blood play thing. Bella says, you shoved that crap right in my face. What the F? And the person says, what? Bella says, you talked to me about everything you like, and I only mentioned one thing. You could have told me to shut up. To which they said, I literally don't have any inappropriate likes. The F? I don't remember telling you anything. Bella says, I'm not a bad effing person, and I didn't try to give you the ick, and you did though. You just told me. Oh, another thing you'll see that when I'm reading things is that Bella cannot speak. She cannot form coherent sentences. Little heads up. You told me the few things you liked in people, and I just said I relate, but differently. They say, oh yeah, things I like in people, not inappropriate things, homie. Like I said, when people play with my hair, that ain't a inappropriate thing. It's cut off here, but it says, I wasn't trying to be weird. I just thought you weren't going to judge me for liking, and then it cuts off. They say, what similar things? Like, what exactly did you think I liked? The DDLG stuff, I don't know why I took because you liked the ears and stuff, you like it too. And the furry stuff, for real, I thought it all wrong. I for real wasn't trying to be weird. You just could have told me that it wasn't like that, but that's how I took it. You make a lot of jokes about things that confuse me, and I took it all wrong. So obviously this is more current, and she's again doubling down on the furry thing. So now she's a fun-loving furry gore queen that is into child stuff. They go on to say, you really did. I'm a non-inappropriate furry. I don't really like it in an inappropriate manner. And DDLG kind of gives me the ick, to BH. Like, pretending to be a kid while getting blanked is kind of weird, dog. No inappropriate age regression I understand and partake in. Bella says, no, I don't pretend to be a kid. And then they say, I usually don't judge, but like DDLG part really had me a bit on edge. Bella says, the age regression is what I do, but the costumes help. That's why I thought. Okay, so this is direct evidence of her saying that her cosplays are directly relative towards inappropriate things. These are the costumes that she puts on that help her get into this type of headspace. Not a good headspace. Peak degeneracy headspace. So they explain basically in the screenshot, she claims that I, a 17-year-old at the time, told my inappropriate behaviors and was making me super uncomfortable when I never told them because I was a minor. And I wasn't cool with her like that. And then she said she thought DDLG and age regression were the same thing. She also, one night I was at her house, tried to get me to cuddle her and told me about how when she was 19, she met someone who supposedly she didn't know was a minor and hung out at their house a few days and they kissed. The person was 16. She openly told me this, which was the same night she told me about the blood play and crap. Oh man, I'm going to censor a lot of this, so heads up. I hope all this helps. She really manipulated me and my friend who is like a brother to me so hard back then, and we're only fully realizing it now. So when you put it into context, she's cosplaying underage characters, specifically underage characters, to put her in this type of mood, and oh man. And now we can see that she's completely 100% telling on herself. So this is a quote of her saying, I never actualize any character. And then this is her doing just that with an 18 plus MDNI, which means minors do not interact. And this is clearly not meant for children. This is something that if your child was to happen across, you might be a little bit uncomfortable with the material that they're consuming. But wait, there's more. One user post saying, in the original cast of Total Drama, all the contestants, including Lindsay, were initially stated to be 16 years old. However, depending on their birthdays, they could have been in different school years, potentially even with some being middle schoolers, while others were in high school. Lindsay is specifically mentioned and potentially being in 9th grade due to being held back in 8th grade. And here's her cosplaying that character. One user saying, dressed as another 16-year-old and dancing inappropriately. I don't know, it's getting weird. Another user posting saying, why is she constantly cosplaying children? Or children from literal kids shows? Genuine question. I personally find it weird to see a grown woman cosplaying someone from Total Drama Island. One user saying, personally find it weird that she dresses and dances suggestive manner to her base of minors. She's the type to call that weird if another content creator were to do the same thing and even do a call out post, lol. Another saying she does that a lot, and I mean a lot. And here's some inappropriate dancing. And it's said that her son is in the background here, I believe in the high chair. I'm not 100% sure, but again, this is more material that if you walked in on your kids consuming this, then you'd probably be a little uncomfortable. One user saying, she always has to ruin every fandom for me. Here's the thing, an adult dressing up like this is deliberately sexualizing a character that is clearly meant to be a child, especially when she does this often, she talks in a childlike voice. It blurs boundaries that are there to protect children and emboldens predatory mindsets. One user saying, cosplaying minors. Has anyone seen her Instagram where she takes inappropriate photos in cosplays of minors? Another, yes, I commented about it in one of her videos once and it got deleted within 5 minutes, LMAO. I actually have some screenshots from before she privated that account. And here you can see that these are inappropriate photo sets and videos. Now keep it in mind that she said this, the age regression is what I do, ... but the costumes help. Again, explaining to a then 17-year-old the things that really get her where she wants to be. So these costumes do that for her. So these costumes are not innocent. And the sets that she's making while posting in a room of alleged to be in rooms with minors. Not good stuff. One user saying, your attempts to wiggle out of this tell us that you know it's wrong to be friends with children at your big age. You're clearly ashamed and embarrassed that we have receipts. We all saw your reaction when PETA, I guess this is a moderator, for some reason decided to confront you yesterday. And PETA is a mod who exposes her pretty big time. We'll get to that a little bit later. But here, when she was saying it was all photoshopped, here is evidence because they went through and recorded video.
By the way, their so-called proof is rumors that they've made up themselves and tweaked pictures that they've photoshopped.
And what you can see here is they've taken a recording, so it's undeniable that this is going on in her Discord server. You can see the ages of the individuals. You can see some of the conversations, not great. But her idea or her explanation, excuse, whatever you want to call it, obviously not true. This says, who's lying, Bella? Who's photoshopping? You're 24 and your friend group consists of 13 and 14-year-olds, and you're trying to wiggle out of it by saying these are tweaked photos. So clearly that's not photoshopped. It is recorded via video. Additionally, she made a response saying, the 16-year-old in question was actually 17 and was my ex's friend, not mine. My ex was 23 and he was 17. I given him the couch. I slept with my son on the floor in the living room. He did share very inappropriate topics about dating overaged men and the they did together. They had spent the night with me, and after I had gotten his car fixed when it broke down on the highway, I allowed him to stay with me for safety at nearly 1 a.m. I only shared that I was abandoned by an ex with a inappropriate thing and was afraid of it. The next day, he called me showing me body piercings of his face, saying that he thought of me because I used to like blood, I think it's what it's saying. Going on to say he used to send me inappropriate pics and say once he was old enough, he wanted to do photos with me. I just said that outfits were cute and not for me. Okay. Months passed, he told me he wasn't friends with my ex no more. And the reason was because I tried to ask my ex if to be his daddy. 2 weeks later, he randomly accused me of SAing him. I was very confused. I told him I didn't want to be friends because he lied about me. He openly admitted he was in the wrong and he shouldn't have done it, and tried to ask to have sleepovers again. Pattern with the past person he accused. Past person he accused he was best friends with again, and was very strange because why are you friends with someone who SA'd you? but he said they were absolute besties. So clearly this is a whataboutism. This is not addressing the things that are aimed at her. She's saying, no, but you. How about we focus on these things being that you have done being right or wrong, not what about them? And this clearly is inconsistent. Are you talking about them sending you things that are inappropriate? Why are you texting somebody that young anyways? You said you just said outfits were cute and not for me. Why didn't you shut it down and stop contact? Told him you didn't want to be friends because he lied? How about because they're underage and it's a very inappropriate relationship, okay? Now, the research in this video was difficult because Bella goes through and deletes everything and her accounts are always banned or deactivated by her. Very difficult to gather the full story, but I believe I've done a good job here. And it looks like this next part's pretty undeniable. You say, also, I do not dance inappropriately as minor characters, as the trolls have been offended. I dance to songs by people I don't know here, and the song, don't know that one either, by another girl group. I can say this, that all the songs that she dances to are very inappropriate songs, okay? I've always tried to dance appropriately to all characters accordingly, especially coming to K-pop, which is most what I dance to, as the dances aren't inappropriate. They may find English lyrics might be adultish that don't make me a P3DO. You just said that you don't dance to inappropriate songs, and then right after that said that you do dance to inappropriate songs, just so we're clear. That's what you said. They have assumed all my characters are minors, but actually not. All my outfits are even anime characters that exist. They're just SS them saying whatever they want to about them. I dance K-pop, para, and other random songs that I know. I never dance for money. For older men, I don't even get paid for my lives, nor do I get paid for anything I do. This is also fallacious rhetoric and obfuscation. What does you being paid have to do with any of this? How does that negate any of this? Especially when we have eyes to see. Ironically, it said minors do not interact 18 plus, and then underneath the comments, she in fact did interact with the minor. Here you can see her attaching the label queen, and here's evidence. One user saying actually multiple minors, even as young as 13. Crazy. And here's evidence of another 14 in the comments. And at this particular moment in time, one user says there's so many she's now restricted the comment access. From what I can see, she has minor viewers and inappropriate content mixed, and I can't verify for certain if she was purposely taking her spicy links and posting them in the Discord or anything like this. But I've already caught her lying and deleting things. And then for whatever reason, she admits to not only talking with minors in private, but
witness them acting inappropriately and have begged them to physically stop. Like, I shouldn't have to sit here and listen to somebody moan into my mic and watch them pump a stuffed animal, bro.
What?
Oh yeah, I've seen some things, and I would make an excuse why I'm ending the phone call.
So I don't know if you caught what she just said there, but multiple times she's been in conversations in private with minors, and she's begged them to stop. How about you just, don't be in private conversations with minors? So she's actively admitting to illegal activity, breaking laws, seeing things that she's not supposed to be seeing. One user says, I wonder if Bella knows that watching a minor do inappropriate stuff is illegal. It doesn't matter if you've made an excuse to end the call. You shouldn't have been on the call in the first place. Bella's acting as if the child is in the wrong here. You are the one harboring an unsafe environment in which they feel it's okay to do that in front of you. You are the adult in the situation. So get some effing boundaries, or maybe, I don't know, don't be friends with kids. It's effing gross. Like, actually, you are publicly humiliating a child. Get a life. And that's another thing to point out. She is literally blasting this live, making fun of a child. Which alleged child says, for starters, she's referring to me, and I never did any of that stuff. One anecdote talks about this saying, and she'd always send videos to the group chat of her TikToks just shaking her butt half clothed. Literally talking about a minor doing inappropriate things on TikTok live to humiliate them, and then claiming they watched it. Do you know that's a crime? Going on to say she'd talk about stuff like this in group chat too on call. User saying, can you give us examples? Please, Reddit would love to hear about it. They say literally anything inappropriate that happened to her or that she's heard about. And then we get an alleged response from said 13-year-old that Bella was referring to, saying, I've come here to clear up fully everything that happened to me while I was modding for Bella. For starters, I became her friend because I idolized her and was blind to it all, and I thought everything in here was just lies without proof. I am mistaken, and I admit that now. I've scrolled fully through the Reddit and can confirm a lot of the stuff. Bella shouted at people for asking simple questions that weren't even bad, like how old are you? Or how many cosplays do you have? She'd get vexed and just attack people. I for one sat through it all, and yes, we joked around with each other. Some of the stuff she said about me was insane and inappropriate considering my age. She made up lies about me, for example. I sat on a call and shoved a hairbrush in my trousers and humped stuffed animals. I didn't do anything like that, and the fact that she's accusing me of that stuff is dangerously inappropriate, and even if I was doing that, why didn't she leave the call? It's weird, it's not right. She made me incredibly uncomfortable at times, and I just went along with it, so I don't get told to man up or get a life. I was only joking. And getting caught in this lie doesn't help her case.
So, claimed I had groomed a 13-year-old, which nobody I know is 13.
Oh,
so,
wait, give me a second.
My life. Because if you got... Okay.
Who turned 14 this year?
So I don't know if you caught that, but she was signaling to the this person speaking and exposing is PETA, I believe. She was doing this motion saying stop. Did you see that? Look again. When you're just saying, oh, that's embarrassing. I'm glad someone caught that, ... Here's an anecdote from someone who claims to be a former Discord mod. Keep in mind, all their mods seem to be under the age. Coming forward, hey, I used to be a moderator for Bella. I would like to finally come out and tell everyone about Bella and her behavior. First of all, she has a secret Discord server which I was in and still am a member of on my account, which I have since abandoned with the excuse of deleting it. I have moved to a new account as within that server, Bella would talk about inappropriate content with Raven and PETA, both adults, in front of us and the rest of the server who are underage, myself included. I do not feel safe around Bella, and I am doing all that I can to protect myself from her and her disgusting behaviors towards me and others. Due to this feeling of fear, I won't directly disclose my identity here. I don't want to be harassed like many other people have been by Bella and PETA. Thank you for reading this. To still man that, Bella regularly has strange interactions with underage individuals, arguing and threatening them. Check this out.
Why is your boyfriend a pro-life anti-vexter Usagi? What does that mean? Anti-vax? Are you talking about vaccines? Found his Facebook. Why are you stalking my boyfriend, you creep? You're a child! You're a child stalking an adult's Facebook? Are you mental? Dude, and so what if he's Republican? Trump is not a fucking peon. And being a fucking minor. You're a minor. Go shove strawberries up your ass. Yeah, don't come in here talking shit if you can't take the heat. Don't come in here if you can't take the heat, bitch. You stalking my fucking boyfriend, you weird ass minor. You're obsessed with an older man. That says a lot about you, honey. Girl, you're obviously obsessed with an older man if you can't leave my boyfriend alone. Last time I checked, none of my friends are as young as you. Now you're making me piss my child off because you want me to check the phone so bad. Bro, now you're doxing my boyfriend. Literally never posted his full name in a video.
Now, there's a lot there that we can talk about. The fact that she doxed her boyfriend. This isn't the first time she's doxed herself, by the way. But we'll talk about that because it's more relevant in just a little bit. But what is she doing arguing with these little kids? That is extremely unsettling. Here in this post, she says, when little kids try to tell me I'm not succeeding anywhere, but yet they're still at home going to school, I don't even, what does that even mean? This one says, when dumb minor bitch my ex cheated on me with texts me trying to start drama because I posted his, what the heck, man? What? And here she's telling some to off themselves. This happens a lot.
Off yourself. Dude, please off yourself. Seriously. Find the nearest cliff and I'll kick you off of it. Well, I'm an it to you. You know, I'm done. I'm done with all of you.
And then for whatever reason, she takes pictures from one girl's Instagram that has children in it and posts it in her Discord. Unhinged behavior. User saying Usagi sent pictures of me and a child to people over Discord. Here's evidence of it here in the Discord. This Blossom Vixen that is Bella here. They say, obviously, I've blocked out my own face and my sister's as well as my username for privacy reasons. She got these off my Instagram account, which is entirely my fault for not having it private at the time. But to be fair to myself, I only have a small following, and the majority of those being people I know in real life and went to school with. Sharing pictures of me, a minor, and my 8-year-old sister with people I don't know on Discord is messed up, especially considering she's a grown adult. Usagi proves time and time again that she's a terrible person, but this is really just weird and low. Her strange relationships with underage people are weird, and the way she talks to them is weird, even if it's not inappropriate. Anyways, spreading around pictures with an 8-year-old on Discord is weird. One user saying, that is effing disgusting. That is clearly unhinged behavior, and this is her admitting that she doesn't care the age. She will retaliate.
Your age, nobody's age, will stop me from treating them the same way they treat me.
This video gets worse. Unfortunately, we've not cracked the surface. You could hear the child in the background. I feel bad for that kid. Before we talk about her terrible parenting, we need to talk about this Oliver Atlas arc.
Ollie Q, I know you're stalking, but how about you grow up, get a life, and stop only posting about my life? Because it seems like you're so obsessed with me. All you can do is post about me. Honey, I don't love you no more. I don't care about you no more. You're non-existent to me. Please give up. Stop posting about me. It's getting old, you stalker. By the way, you truly lived up to the nickname Amber Heard.
Now, I don't know who Oliver is, but I'm assuming it's an ex-boyfriend by the words and terminology that she uses about them. I feel it's relevant to speak about this because there's important pieces of information in this arc. One user says, her and minors. I love how the majority of her fans are minors which support her, but then she harps and complains how Oliver Atlas has minors supporting him. She is such a big hypocrite. Also, her telling everyone that her BF hit her a long time ago and they had problems when I don't know, it seems fairly new what Atlas was saying. Another, literally so hypocritical. Most of her friends are minors and she talks to them in ways that definitely isn't appropriate. What adult spends their time speaking to 12-year-olds? Also, whether Jacob hit her or not, I don't know. But if he did, no matter how long ago it was, it's concerning. And she shouldn't try to excuse it or make it seem like something small. Referring to some things that Oliver said, Oliver states that she manipulated and gaslighted the F out of me, but she won't ever admit it. She told me I didn't have to freak out as much as I did, and I didn't have to get a panic attack when I got doxxed. Here he says about her boyfriend, he has done things to her, yes. Like what? SA or ABUSC? I don't really want to get into detail, but he has hurt her. She also alleges that Oliver spread around pictures of her child, which is kind of weird to say that because she's the one that puts him on live streams without, you know, most of his clothes on. So you can see individuals reacting here saying, I'm sorry that he is doing that. When did he send these pictures? One viewer says, I know that she was claiming he spread photos of her son downstairs area, but I don't see the rest. She was saying how her ex Oliver kept on doxing her and telling that everyone about her spicy content, as well as claiming he is spreading that she talks to minors, which she does. And that's kind of strange because if you're doing spicy content, you're doing it because you want people to see it. It's probably going to be seen, especially when you yourself are posting the links in your social media. Basically, this culminates into her hoping that Oliver is offed. Here she says, what's stopping you from actually getting rid of the problem? Offing people is illegal. If you know, you know. And then she makes a really unhinged response to people claiming that she claimed that, you know, his life to be in danger. If you guys have made it this far in the video and you're enjoying it and want to see more like it, consider subscribing and becoming a member of the Rep Squad.
Oh my god, #1 fan behavior. You're so obsessed with me. Oliver, whatever your name is, I don't want to kill nobody. You don't know how to take a joke. It's just a metaphor. Second off, Can you not realize that Muslims are raised anti-LGBTQ and anti-vax? They're Muslim, you idiot. Maybe do some research about their religion before talking to me. You're so obsessed with my life, it's honestly pathetic. Like, you seriously just have these little minors making these profiles and then posting the on the internet. And I'm the one obsessed with minors. Okay, tell your little buddies to off. God, you have so many buddies, it's honestly irritating.
Well, Muslims aren't a monolith, and there are no core teachings that oppose vaccination. Actually, quite the opposite when you go down the rabbit hole. But let's talk about Bella's obsession with fame.
What am I supposed to do? Apologize?
That's exactly what I want you to do.
Over my rich, hot, dead body.
This is her quoting what she says people are saying. We don't care about your popularity. You're a rude person. One user saying, we know you're a rude person, Usagi, but nobody claimed that you have popularity, SMH. She just loves to boost her own ego. Also overusing this song so much to act like she's unbothered about the trolls when she was crying on live over it. Another one of her saying, what the haters don't realize is I'm closer to success than they'll ever be. Then she gets mad at somebody for not going to their live, but it's like, it's projection. Check it out. Viewer says, sorry I'm not going to your live, but I like your cosplay. I could give a flying F if you were in my live stream. That's weird you'd like bring that up for no reason. They're like, okay. And here she's talking about who I believe is Oliver from earlier. My ex thinks defamed me, but actually the drama made me famous, LOL. While he was stuck with a small following, I only grew. Sorry I didn't want to be your effing personal barrier, babe. You're grown, protect yourself. And now we need to talk about something that's pretty axiomatic, is the parenting and treatment of her child. Here she can be seen to be banging her head on the ground because of her child wanted help. Okay. Jesus Christ. In a lot of streams I've seen of her, she's ignoring her son and giving him no attention at all.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I won't give you my bracelet because you're gonna break it. Thanks. God, stop. What the hell? You're dumping my stuff out all over the floor. Oh, are you gonna cry because I'm cleaning? Oh my God. This is embarrassing.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
There's also a situation where she was hitting her child with a slipper. This didn't go well. You can actually see she tripped over him there. Let's see that. She trips over, and then she starts hitting him with the slipper. I believe she said they were play fighting, which one user says she's calling it play fighting, but she was literally hitting with a slipper repetitively for over 2 minutes. This is just a tiny snippet of it. She's also, in a second clip, grabbed his face and shoved him over. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see this as play fighting. She was also kicking him in the stomach the other day whilst she was cleaning and jumping on top of him on the bed and calling it play fighting.
And say that he was crying and she was hurting him. No, he was laughing and we were playing because he had one and I had one. No, there's not, you dumb. Bobby, come here. Because literally yesterday, this kid was beating on me and I was sitting on the floor. No, there's not. So don't test me. Are you sensitive about a memory foam slipper, crybaby? You're sensitive, crybaby. I probably should. With a regular sandal. My gyro wasn't even good. Honey, I'll be better than you any day. Thank you. Crying over a memory foam. Honey, I can spell. I can spell. Hers was better. No, it wasn't, honey. No, it wasn't. Her little chopped ass face.
Her arguing with the children is crazy work. Here she was apparently screaming at her child, got caught.
Dude, don't Say that. That's not.
What? I literally didn't even mean to. Let's not.
In this next clip, it said that the boyfriend can be heard screaming at the child.
Don't mind Bubba. He's upset that apparently he lost in Blue.
L-E-A-S. L-E-A... Oh, it's spelled please. I'm... Good night.
She was at a Worth my Toru cosplay. When I cosplayed Toru. But, okay. And make lunch now. Yaku is obviously angry again.
So we didn't see what was going on. He could have been playing the video game. I don't know, but it didn't sound good. It sounded like he called his child the R word and was screaming at them belligerently. So even strangers, you can see her try to get up and cover so we can't hear the sound. She's trying to overwork it. She's trying to make sure it's not something that we hear. That's what bothers me the most. She's behaving as if she knows what is happening is a bad thing. And that's obviously concerning. Even strangers, she claims that her child, her 4-year-old, is bullying her, which is, man, what the heck?
What is on my floor? Come on. I'm f***ing stepping in barbecue sauce. Come on. Get out. Get out. No. Get out. Yes, because you're disrespectful. You got barbecue sauce all over the room. You tried to hit me. I don't appreciate it. Get out. Get out. No. Stop it. We're not going nowhere. I was gonna take you bye-bye later. Now you're not. Quit it. Go on. Go. Go. Come on. No, you can't get mad at me. You're the one hitting me. I don't care if y'all get fucking mad or not. He's the one abusing me, and I'm sitting here minding my business, and he thinks it's okay to fucking hit me with a goddamn that old pole, and I'm sitting here doing absolutely fucking nothing but dancing, and he thinks it's okay to throw shit at me.
Obviously, this is concerning. There's a disconnect between her parenting and understanding the autonomy of a child here and how she's supposed to guide him. This is not good.
So if parenting is illegal to people, then I suggest you to get the fuck off the internet. Because I don't deal with this hitting and people bullshit.
That's not good.
Especially when it comes to me. I'm not going to sit here and get abused in my household by my child. So if you're watching, you can bite me. I'm not going to get disrespected in my house and beat on by giant ass toys. I'm not going to stand for it. No, he tried to hit me with this. And then when I walked away, he rolled all the way over toward me and grabbed the back of my skirt and was trying to pull it off. Like he was like pulling it down. And then I told him to stop, and then he went to the bed, and then he was throwing more toys at me. He was throwing cars at me. So I told him to get out, because this stuff lately where he's thinking it's funny to abuse me and hit me with things. He's been doing this for I don't know how long, and he thinks it's hilarious to do. I mean, as a mom, I didn't think I'd ever have a phase in my life where I have to teach my child that abusing your mother isn't okay. Who knew that was a phase in toddlerhood? I'm pretty sure not all moms go through it,
But I know damn for well for sure that my child does it.
This is the point in the video where you realize she's an absolute moron, which you probably already knew that and it was solidified for you, but it gets worse. She, moronically, is about to allow her child to drink vinegar as a punishment.
You can't have this. It's icky. This isn't water.
No.
Hypocrite at its finest, I know. Do you want to try it? Because I'm telling you, this is vinegar.
Come here. Come here.
No, no, no.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
He's going to learn his lesson. Hold on, hold on. Here you go. Here, here. You can have the vinegar. Take it. I'm telling you, it doesn't taste good. Ha, he'll learn his lesson. It's just vinegar. Here you go. You'll learn your lesson. Get out of my face. He'll learn.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Here's a really important article. From the National Library of Medicine, white vinegar, which contains high concentrates, 85% of acetic acid, is a staple ingredient used in food preparation in many Mediterranean cuisines, but in small amounts, being corrosive. Can cause ulcerative injury to the insides and upset the stomach with resulting nausea and vomiting. Accidental ingestion of corrosive substances by children, most often aged 1 through 5, he was 2, occurs at an annual rate of 5 to 518 per 100,000. Usually involves household liquids, and the risk is often associated with low family, socioeconomic status, poor parental supervision, and neurodevelopmental disorders. The most common cause of mortality and morbidity. Bella, of course, gets massive backlash and attempts to respond saying,
Making him, so him begging for vinegar on the counter that I clearly told him that it wasn't fucking water. I told him, here, smell it. It's not water. And then when he smelt it and realized that it wasn't water, he threw it at me and got mad. So that's not him drinking it. He did get something to drink after, dumbass. I clearly told him a million times that the one that I had in the bathroom wasn't water. And then when he smelt it and realized that it wasn't water, he ran off and grabbed the real water bottle off the bed like I asked him to. So that's not abuse. You're the ones whining because y'all are fucking nosy and crying over stupid shit that's none of your fucking business.
Isn't it crazy how she says it's none of your business, but she's the one that posts all this herself? If you knowingly let your child drink something that is, gross, nasty, potentially dangerous, then that's not parenting. That's a failure in judgment. Even more terrifying is she doesn't pay attention to him when he's in the bathtub.
He can't fucking drown in this much water. He's 3. He knows how to swim. He knows how to swim, stupid. We've been teaching him how to swim since he was 1. He literally knows how to pick himself up. He knows how to fucking get up. You act like he's gonna just sit there with his face in the water. You know what? You act like you know my child. You know what he does? You know what he does? He sticks his face in the water, matter of fact. Matter of fact, he sticks his face in it on purpose. And then he drinks it, okay? I don't leave him unattended at all in the bathtub, thank you. Not at all. I literally was standing here the entire time, you dumb bitches, while my child was in the fucking tub. He was never fucking unattended. Not even for the slightest fucking second. Oh, she always leaves him unattended. When? 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 Because last time I recalled, I sit in the bathroom the entire time that is in the f***ing bathtub.
I'd like to point out that she's not paying attention to him in real time. This is called performative contradiction.
Parents with common sense sit in the bathroom when their kids are taking baths. Dude, I take
take advantage of the fact that he's taking a bath. I use that time to take a shit. Matter of fact, thank you. And I'll be open about it. I'll be wide open about it, thank you. If he wants to take a bath, I will take that opportunity to take a fat shit. And I'll be way open about it. Try me. I'm literally on the toilet that's right next to the bathtub. I don't even fill the bathtub up that high though. He doesn't need that much water. If he's not getting an actual bath, I don't even fill it up with water that much. He doesn't need it. He's just playing in it. He's just playing in it. Do they not know that he goes to the pool? Oh, I can't take my kid to the pool now, sorry. I can't take him to the pool now because he'll drown. He'll drown! He'll drown if I take him to the pool!
Bella, just so you know, in the US, drowning is the leading cause of accidental death in children under 5, with a significant portion of these incidents occurring in bathtubs. For infants under 1 year old, he's 2, bathtubs are the most common location for fatal drownings. Even a small amount of water, as little as 1 or 2 inches, can be dangerous, and drowning can happen quickly and silently. Bathtubs being the most common location, nearly 90 children drown in bathtubs each year in the United States. It can occur in just as little as 20 seconds. Even small amounts of water can be dangerous. It's weird I had to explain that, but there's also a situation to do with the child's teeth. These are the child's teeth here. As you can see, they're rotting and brown. One viewer saying, yeah, his teeth make me super sad. They're literally rotten because she constantly gives him bottles with sugary drinks, juice, chocolate milk, etc. I wonder if she even brushes his teeth. Another saying, her husband says it's bottle rot, and she's saying genetics, so one of them is lying. And here's a really good example that strengthens the claims. Here she posted saying, also, Bubby kept me up most of the night. He kept waking up crying about a lot of things. I wasn't even sure about how to handle it. He was screaming about his teeth hurting. We ate hard candy earlier, and even probably wasn't a good idea. Oh, really? You think so? And crying his tummy hurt and was burping and farting little by little, and I was up till 1:30 a.m. Broken heart emoji. I'm up early now because Bubby woke up to both again, but less severe and not crying or anything, just said they hurt. I think the candy made his teeth hurt. Freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers. And he had 4 sippy cups of milk yesterday. What is freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers? So these are freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers. It's literally just balls of sugar. This child appears to be only eating sugar, and here to still man the point yet again.
What have you eaten? Okay, so for breakfast, I ordered Bubby donuts because he wanted donuts. What age did I have? 21. Bubby wanted donuts for breakfast, so I ordered donuts. And then for lunch, we had hot dogs and chips, and then with a side of potato salad. And then for dinner, I had ordered frozen food from Walmart, brain freeze. So we're either gonna have pizza or we're gonna do like the Alfredo.
So no wonder this child's belly's hurting. Bella is a terrible mother, literally terrible. And an anecdotal account about CPS being called states, hello, CPS has been notified and there's an active case being opened for Bubby. I have a lot of personal information, including DOB, birthplace, mother and father's maiden names, and addresses. This case is going to take a little bit to hit Bella. This is because I do not live near her, but the caseworker said it should take a few days. 1 week I will be in contact with them this whole time, but I can not share a lot of information because I can get in legal trouble myself. Thank you everyone for your information and support throughout this. Hoping soon Bubby will be safe. #SafeBubby. Updating later, unfortunately they already paid her a visit and said everything was fine. It's hilarious that Bella thinks that proves anything though, considering that CPS is notoriously bad at doing the job. Well, Bella made a response to this and it's a bad one. We're going to go over it. I deactivated my account for when I did not because of the backlash. Okay? But because I am tired of being lied about all over the internet by trolls that are children who see only 2 hours of my life and think they know everything about me and my life. The SS they have or clips are all out of context. And if y'all would use your heads, you would see they're clipped and put together to look bad and clip out of the rest of what happened. They don't want people to know I've been a good mom or person and isn't hurting my child. I've addressed all these situations many times, and when I do, they come up with more lies, so people throw off from what I've said. I mean, it's gotten to the point they tell people my cosplay ears is from roadkill. Imagine believing people who've openly posted things flexing that they have inappropriate things and asking people to DM for those videos. See previous posts for the SS in the comments. I am nowhere a bad mom or person, and hundreds of people have tried to tell you guys. This is all their accusations were out of context on purpose. When they first started doing this, they said these lies come with being online as a mom. They've even doxed my address to millions of people at this point. What happened to protecting my kid? Yet you just made everything so much more dangerous. Interestingly enough, she has doxed her own address. Here it's alleged she doxed her uncle's phone number. We already know that she's doxed her own boyfriend's name, which is her child's name. But here's a post that she made of a identification card. And even if they didn't find out from your own posts, you are actively giving out the last names of your loved ones. You are on the internet doing these things. You're not being safe in your live streams. She goes on to say, my son is not being hurt. He's not neglected. He is and can be independent. He is not malnourished nor scared of me. I'm highly aware of being online comes with consequences, but as I have done nothing but dance and parent my child properly to only get accused of something this terrible and so vile. Attempting to call defacts on innocent people is illegal and defamation, and by law I can sue and report this if your case is even opened. You guys are such disgusting humans. You may not like me, nor how stern my parenting is, or that my child is aware he has interests and has sensory issues, and I've addressed to people so many times about why he runs around without clothes on, and it's not excuses, it's called living with a child on the spectrum. What does a child being on the spectrum have to do with the amount of clothes that he wears, honestly? So by her logic, every child on the spectrum runs around without their clothes on. I think that, even if the child wasn't on the spectrum, they have a tendency to attempt to take their clothes off, and it comes down to the parent to make sure that they're clothed, especially when they're in public or in live streams. And I think one of the worst things about this situation is people like her are very clearly unaware of their own actions. She doesn't even know that she's being a bad mom. But whether she's aware of it or not doesn't change the results and evidence that we see. And even worse than that, when you see the shape of the home, so this is the condition of the house, and you can see it's just absolutely dirty. There are things thrown everywhere. Her son's room is used for storage for her inappropriate cosplays. When you're saying, why is her son's room being used as storage? On live, she was showing people that room is literally filled with bags of laundry in all of her cosplays, plus wigs and stuff. Couldn't she put that in her own room? Apparently he doesn't sleep in his bedroom, so where does he sleep? And this is a picture of the child's bed used as storage. And then we see a picture of her actual bed that she uses. It is absolutely disgusting. Her room is disgusting. Keep in mind the child doesn't have a bed, because we're going to bring a point up here in just a moment. But before that, watch this.
No! Bobby, go wash your hands right now!
What's wrong?
It is a dead mouse!
What?
You're supposed to eat it, Gray!
Oh no, I think she fed the cat a dead mouse and Bubby's found it before the cat did.
Oh, Bobby, no! Bobby,
Just you attacking it with like a spray.
But even after everything we've seen in this video, you will not believe how oblivious this person is. You remember Ashley Trevino? I covered her. Terrible mother.
that you guys submitted, by the way. It got denied, so nice try. I do feel bad for Ash's kids too, though. Like, she generally...
So the crazy thing is, if you don't know, her child and Ashley Trevino's children are in similar situations. They didn't have a bed. She doesn't have a bed for her child. Also, she's gloating that CPS didn't find anything, and she's making fun of anybody who submitted a check.
There's no, screen recordings that were submitted to the state, and they came and did a welfare check and said that the evidence was not evident enough for neglect. You guys are so petty. If the state denies your so-called evidence, stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying.
Just to point this out, her child doesn't have a bed. Here's a clip from a previous video on Ashley Trevino. It's already been made clear this woman's priorities. Unfortunately, that also extends to her children. I'm about to be brutally honest.
Keep it classy, you know?
I'm in my kids' room, but they don't stay with me right now.
All right, check this out. That's an air mattress. It says Ash showing her the air mattress her kids have to share so she can have her Louis Vuitton bags. So notice she's got the air mattress here for them when they come over, but look at her bed.
And then my restroom, and then my room.
It's a nice fully formed bed there. If this was just a liminal stage, I would understand, but in this situation, I believe that most parents, and you guys can let me know in the comment section, most parents would switch this scenario and give their children the bed, and they would have the air mattress, but this isn't a liminal stage. This is just how it is there. And the air mattress didn't even have sheets. Despite major concerns from viewers in objective reality, she lets her child run around in compromised situations. As you can see here, it says someone in the comments points out her son is only in a diaper.
I'm really kidding. Maybe if he wasn't in a diaper all the time. 90-degree weather, bitch. 90-degree weather, bitch. 90 degrees weather, bitch. I'm gonna repeat myself a million times. He was wearing clothes this morning. This morning he was wearing clothes. Guess who took it off as the heat got worse? Him. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. My kid's too hot.
Daddy, mommy.
What? Well, that's dirty water coming from the AC because the AC unit is broken and it's leaking, and please don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's icky.
Whoa. What's that?
Well, more or less, I'm already getting bullied now that my kid's in a diaper. I'm sorry. 90-degree weather. 90-degree weather. If you're
So apparently everything's bullying. Her child bullies her, the comments bully her.
in front of you saying that they're too hot, are you gonna force them to keep their clothes on? Are ya? Because if you did, that's child abuse.
So again, that's not ABUSC because the child wants to take their clothes off in a public setting or on live stream, and you let that not happen, okay? That's called just parenting. Bella also has a habit of calling people who point out that her son being in these compromised situations might not be a good thing, which actually came to realization later on, unfortunately. But she would call these people predators. Check this out.
Yeah, there are bad people like you because you thought about my child in a diaper. Yes, I am speaking up.
One user saying, genuinely may be one of the stupidest people I've ever seen. Someone was concerned over her son walking around in a diaper, and she immediately accuses the poor girl of being a P3DO and inappropriately looking at him. Why is that your first thought? And I've covered multiple stories here on the internet where we know that there are people, P3DOs and predators, that are out there looking for children on these family accounts. And there are some terrible parents who actually bait and use this for clicks and views, which is deplorable and degeneracy. Well, this is a very valid concern, and it comes to fruition as it turns out someone started to target her son. When you're saying she's actually delusional, there's a person out there who is targeting her son specifically, and this is how she responds. The viewers are traumatized. She takes no accountability for her part in this. We never hear, "I'm sorry you all were involved. I have him safe at home and things are under control." She just brazenly attacks people who likely know and have seen firsthand how serious this stalker situation is. They're not after Bella, they're targeting her son. As a mother, she continuously places him in harm's way by showcasing him to someone who has made it clear they only go to her account to target the kid. She's sick and doing it on purpose at this point. It's a viewing opportunity for P3DOs. Another saying, I watched her the first time she was doxxed. That was traumatic as a viewer, let alone her. Her Facebook was wide open at this point. Then with how determined the stalker is, I'm surprised she's not moved addresses. I agree with you. It's purely by choice at this moment. This situation was not good, and she appeared to have some sort of breakdown where she had a welfare check called. One user saying she is currently bawling in a live. Someone needs to call a welfare check. Edit, sorry for the misleading title. I just wanted to make a post real quick so people would go to her live. She isn't having a welfare check, but from the state of her live, I think she should, or at least have someone come over so she isn't breaking down alone in front of her kid. Another viewer saying, what just happened? She just randomly fell to the ground crying. Someone joined with their son's real name, and I believe they had inappropriate photo of him as their profile picture. It's messed up. As far as I'm aware, it's a birth photo, so it's not like explicit, but he is unclothed and it is private. In response, she deactivated her account, and then she made a response saying, "Physically, I'm not okay, and I needed a moment to delete my account to calm down. This stuff has gotten out of control, and I'm trying not to let it define me. I've reported it and have done what I can. Please be patient with me. This stuff is a serious matter. It'll come out who is doing this to me." And then she wrote an extended response saying, "The thing is that you little girls don't understand is that my TikTok doesn't mean more to me than my family does. I had come back after I had a panic attack to explain everything to people who had no idea what had happened and wanted a welfare check on me as well. I had updated many friends I was okay. I hope you know in this situation there isn't anything I can do. This person has held those pics for months. The cops failed me after 2 weeks of trying to help me and gave up because there's no IP or URL being found by this stalker. They told me we have better things to worry about. I have come back because this person will never stop regardless if I'm gone or not. That nasty profile is still out there, even if I'm not here. Y'all don't understand this person is committing a crime and getting away with it because they have resources to do so. I have worked my hardest to fix it. I do not care about TikTok more than my family, but it's my income for my family until I'm accepted for Social Security. Then make fun of my vocab. I'm sorry my grammar isn't like yours and I repeat words constantly, but you aren't perfect either, especially the way you talk to me. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what it's like to drown in society trying to something you don't know. It's like having nightmares every night. Your kid might get taken away. You don't know what it's like to have seizures every night in your sleep, too tired to leave the house, yet you smile and keep going with your dream to support your family. You don't know what it's like to be stabbed in the heart over and over again by people all over the place, because even if I was the worst person to you, no one deserves things like this. Because I'm here to move on and be the bigger person, not let a stalker define my life. The best I can do is continue to block and assess the evidence. The more, the better. Y'all acted like you cared so much for my health because I broke down, and now you go and call me drama since I've come back to keep trying to figure out who the F this person is. One day I will get to the effing bottom of this." So I'm gonna call BS because she is a furry queen, blood-loving, wound-loving, many other things loving type of person who is self-admitted that they do these costumes for inappropriate reasons. That's exposed and out there. She's doxed herself on multiple occasions. She puts her child in these situations, but she is right about no one deserving things like this. So the nuance is that whoever's doing this, absolutely illegal, send them to jail. Also, at the same time, we have to hold her accountable for the things that she's doing by putting her child in danger, okay, and other children as well. She continues to not make any changes. And this is a sad thing that's happening, very scary, but check this out. Someone lets her know that someone's coming in and they have as a profile picture her son without clothes. Her reaction is strange. She seems more focused on her hair.
They're posting his private parts on the internet. It's their tag. You're gonna have to ask somebody who... I'm not being mean. I hope those people get arrested. Well, me too. I wish this was my real hair. His what? His private. They've taken birth photos from my Facebook. Does somebody have their ad? Somebody might. I should dye my hair like that? I might try.
The casual talk about her hair is insane given the gravity of the situation and what is actually going on. One viewer saying, because at the end of the day, Usagi is a narcissistic, if not even sociopathic individual. Her lack of care about her family's safety is absolutely disgusting. She cares more about her 30 viewers on lives than the fact that she is actively being doxxed by someone. I feel so sad for that poor child.
Oop, bam, bad mom.
Bella's hypocrisy and incoherent logic knows no bounds.
Flexing at 17 that you were dating a 19-year-old, and then you're trying to say, oh, so you're blaming me? Yes, I'm blaming you, because at 17 years old, you are old enough to know better. At 17-year-old, you are old enough to know better. You are old enough to know better at 17 years old, not to date a 19-year-old and flex about it.
One user saying, hey Bella, I don't know if your half of a smooth brain can handle this information, but at 17, most people in fact do not know better since their brain has not developed, and they're easily manipulated. Thanks for admitting to everyone that you blame victims for being groomed. A little advice, maybe blame the groomer instead next time. Bella was eventually banned on her main account for obviously continuously violating guidelines, but she blamed everybody else, saying, I lost everything I worked for because of them. I have no energy to try again. I don't get gifted. I don't get viewers. I don't get vibes. A little bit more of Bella's bad logic. Here she is saying, I know you all are all over the place with this Mulaney situation, but going as far as telling someone, me, and many others I've seen already, this other to off themselves, jump, commit, or you'd blank them yourself is a new low. People have their opinions on their entire situation, but doesn't mean you get to tell anyone to go off themselves. The same person who said this.
Y'all shut the f*** up. Don't even act like y'all never told somebody to jump off a f***ing cliff before.
Also logic like this. A user named Goku says the bills can't be that high. She says, bro, you named yourself after Goku. Shut the F up. But the interesting thing about that is she named herself after an anime. This is another locale that everybody needs to make sure the kids stay away from. Because when your children are out here searching for their favorite cartoon characters or anime characters, it's her name that's gonna pop up, and there's a very likelihood that they may run into her or someone like her. And that's not good. So you need to watch what your children are doing, because it might be Bella that they find. If you watched the end of the video, I really appreciate that. Consider subscribing for more videos like this, deep dives and breaking down the terrible logic of these degenerate individuals. Thank you to all the patrons. If you'd like to support the channel, become a patron. You can check that out. Link is in, I guess it's in the pinned comment. I'll put it in the pinned comment. Thank you, and have a blessed day.